Hello guys, it's your quant Julian, and in this video we are going to discuss something about how to make it in the bull run and how to avoid FOMO in the bull run. So FOMO, fear of missing out, as you may know, and the idea is like sometimes in crypto it's pretty hard because crypto prices are moving very, very fast. So here is one of my trades on NEAR. I was really frustrated because I didn't have the time to build up my position and accumulate more and load like my long. It was still a good trade, no much drawdowns, good entry point and everything. But I want to explain here, so first why I took the NEAR long, I would say, and the second is like, what have I done after taking the NEAR long? And I was like, okay, I want to take more exposure like to the NEAR ecosystem and to AI. To not like fear of missing out and not FOMO too much like into NEAR, but kind of like figure out the best, I would say, risk reward coins on NEAR. So if NEAR pumps, perhaps some other coins in the ecosystem will pump. So so about NEAR? So I think the cool thing about NEAR is like it has like some narrative about AI and about I don't know, like how they have like some like cool features that are kind of like unique and they have an edge, you know. So it could be like data throughput, the costs, the gas and everything compared to here like all blockchains. I think it would be interesting to have other modular blockchain and Solana, of course, as you may know. And so what's the thing? So first, let's go back on NEAR price action. So NEAR really pumped very, very hard. So you can see here on my trade, I had an entry at like below $3. Actually, I think I loaded the position, early, I would say, December, a small position, and then I really added it like end of January, and this is where I added kind of like my whole position. And then the price started to take off. I think I slightly reduced my size at 4.5 and then at 6.5, something like that, and then I let the rest run. And you know, now it's like very frustrating because like how do you enter here? You know, not financial advice, of course, everything I'm saying, but here I think you don't have a really good risk reward entering here because you can really either like make, I don't know, like a plus 40, 50%, but otherwise and get like a minus 50% plus. So it's not really a good risk reward. But then my reflex was like, okay, I think NEAR would keep pushing. I want to take exposure to more things in the NEAR ecosystem. So if you can see here, in the last 7 days, I think NEAR is one of the top 10 performers. So pretty happy to have some in my bags. Don't plan to really reduce my exposure here. I think I was waiting $10, I don't know, just to exit my whole position and look at the next trade. I'm always looking at the next big trade I want to do, but I'm still monitoring NEAR because I'm still really following it. But then my reflex was to go on CoinMarketCap, then to go on categories. Let's redo the whole workflow. Then try to search for NEAR. So we have NEAR here, ecosystem, protocol ecosystem. This is the thing we want to look at. And then looking at all the coins. So we have Chainlink because it's an Oracle, so on all chain, GRT2 also. And then we start to have some tokens where you feel they are a bit different. They could be like really truly like the NEAR ecosystem. And so I have looked at all of them, do some, I would say, with one of our analysts, like some deep research, like fundamental research, and then some price action research on like where do we enter. And we end up like making a few good trades. We end up like, so if we look at the price action, so I think it was like really at the beginning of like March, we were like, okay, it's really starting to take off like quite a lot and we want to add more exposure. So that's why we went first thing on like Aurora. You can look online what's it about. And Aurora, we really started to say, okay, we had this pumped, figure out why it pumped here, and then re-added here, like 6, 7 of March here. And we had like some other orders like a bit below. So the trade here is like really more about timing than really like having a stop loss and take profit and everything. So it's just like I wanted to take some risk. I was like, okay, I want to bet like 0.5% of my portfolio on that. Loading a position here, half a bit lower, and it pumped. Sorry, haven't take profit my position because I think we have some orders just below this week to get filled because we felt it could go down a bit. We re-added like on the dump, and one of the guy I work with sold some to buy back lower to try to increase the risk reward. So that's the first coin we have exposure to. So of course, it's always hard to when you zoom in, you're like, oh my god, I'm entering a bit late. But when you zoom out, you're like, okay, can it go back to $6? So you have to, of course, DIR the token economics and everything, right? It's not that simple, but you have the idea of the trade. The next cool one was because we have it here, Kiev. So you can see here, I don't know how you spell it, 80 million market cap, pretty low, but you can see here that's since we had like a crazy growth, like 400%. And you know the price action here looks a bit weird, looks like some distribution, I don't know. I would not really enter the trade here. But then you can look at pretty much like all of them and try to do your own research. So NEAT looks a bit too small. I think I would stay below $5 million market cap. Otherwise, it's a bit too low. I'm figuring out like they are very weird, the market cap. So let's perhaps look at DIA. And you can also like trying to figure out like, oh, do I want to invest? I don't even know why DIA is on the NEAR ecosystem. Honestly, it's a coin. I think I haven't traded it like since quite a long time. So yeah, I will do some research on DIA first and then have a look. I know what I wanted to add. So that's the thing. Is like that's Reflex. Like you enter a trade on like a position, it's working well. You know it's very hard to enter after that. On NEAR, like very hard to catch an entry aside here. Then the train is gone, and you want to look at the ecosystem and say, okay, what can I take on the ecosystem? Looking at like all the coins in the ecosystem, which one of them have a good, I would say, token economics, which one of them have a good price action, and then you just figure out some risk and you play it. So the idea is like, I think I will keep my Aura exposure aside if like it really pumps and I'm hesitating with a profit, but I will keep it until I think NEAR is pumping. When NEAR will slow down, I will start to be a bit more cautious and most likely start to perhaps try to sell, and even if it's at a loss. So yeah, that was it. That was a short video, 7 minutes, already too long, I know. Just to explain you like small trade and like how do I think and how you can do that. And that's the cool thing. Like let's say tomorrow you have another like coin pumping, you want to understand why and what can you predict, what the thing you can predict from that. And that's pretty cool. And sometimes with this kind of like thinking, you can really make it big. Like that's the thing we did like on meme coins. When some meme coins started to move, we were like, okay, what are the next meme coin? Taking some allocation. We still have a lot of meme coins on our folio that haven't pumped and haven't moved. We still keep them just because the meme coin season is still on, and when it will not be on, we're like, okay, now let's try to figure out an exit plan, and taking some profit along the way because the bull market and you want to print dollars. So that was it. Not a financial advice as always. It was just a word from your quant of like not being too much on FOMO and like how to adapt your strategy when you missed a bit a train or you just want to add more exposure to like a train you missed. That was it. It was your quant. Feel free to share the video, like, subscribe. Always a pleasure to talk with you and see you soon in another video.